them that troubled you. So all that we're saying is the truth.
Yep.
You know? And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has a recompense to you devils for the things that you did to us, man. But he's afraid of that. You know? Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, is afraid of that. Okay? He's like a little badass kid that's doing wrong but doesn't expect to be chastised for it. Thinking he's just going to get away with it. Just get put on timeout and get let back out to do the same thing all over again. That's not happening, man. You know, this is the last time. Okay, the Lord is about to really start judging you. And this world, man. You know? You got anything? Because I wanted to jump into a specific topic.
What do you want?
Get Ezekiel 28 and 12. You know, going back to this guy being a damn deceiver. Okay? And that being said, 28 and 12. And that being said, you know, this place ain't got too much longer to go. Okay? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a righteous God. Okay? And being a liar is wickedness, man. You know, being a deceiver. You know? Being excessively violent without a cause is wickedness, man. Go ahead.
Or is that scripture forcing your neighbor to drink?
Right.
You
He forces you to drink all the bullshit that he's spewing out through the media. You know? And just so he can see your nakedness, just so he can catch you slipping and then penalize you for it, man. Tell the Most High, oh, see, your people are fucking up, so I'm putting them to death. But the Lord ain't with that. The Lord sees that the majority of the wickedness going on is because of you devils, man. Okay? The Lord said, look, I'm going to let you go after your whoredoms to our people for being idiots. But here it is, you dangle it in their face, man. Here it is, you pump it through their ears day and night to be wicked, man.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of this music, it just pumps wickedness through the ears of our people, man. Especially through the ears of the women of our people, man. You know? You got fucking, I seen some shit earlier today. And it was this dude I watch on YouTube sometimes. He's not in the truth or anything. But here it is. He's like recorded there was a podcast playing, and there was a woman talking about when she falls for a man, she quickly has to go and fuck another man to try to rebuke that so she doesn't get too attached to this man. Like, these are the things that they're actually pumped through the minds of our people, man. Yeah. So she's really feeling this guy. She really likes this guy.
Right.
But just so she doesn't, you know, keeps that safe zone, she got to go commit adultery. Or she got to go do some other shit. You know? Just so she don't get too attached. That's fucking wild, man. And to think that's like how the majority of our people are, man. That's how they really are. Okay, the majority of our women, the women of our nation, and the men of our nation, they're through, man. They're totally bugged the fuck out, man. They're up to shit like that. Hey, you know what the nigga said? The nigga said, I feel hurt just hearing that shit. Because I don't know how many bitches that I've dealt with in my life that probably did some shit like that. You know? Or let some shit like that happen, you know what I mean? Now the first thing that came out of the broad's mouth was, oh, I gotta go fuck somebody else. Or go on a few dates. Like what?
Yeah. Dating culture.
Yeah. Which is just adultery, man.
Yeah.
If you think about it. You know, you can't be with the man and then go spend time with another man. That's adultery, man.
They call it playing the field.
And the scripture's saying not to sit alone with another man's wife at the wine.
Yeah.
There ain't no going out on dates with another man if you got a man. That's how adultery takes place.
Yeah.
Oh, you were just having fun, then a thing happened. Yeah, that thing costs lives, man.
Yeah.
See, the safest place to be in this truth is alone, man. You know? If you got what you got going on, that's cool.
Yeah.
But for new brothers, count yourself blessed if you're alone, if you're single. Because the Lord real soon, He's going to change all that anyway. Real soon. Okay? You're already talking about the power, cutting off power, which is fuel, electricity. Okay? And me and the brother were talking about gas prices. The gas prices are going to climb to the point that it's going to be illegal to drive. Okay? Because they're going to save their fuel for the farms, for military, for fire trucks, for people of emergency, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel 28:12. Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Thou sealest up the sum, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and was prepared in the carbuncle and gold, the workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth.
Yeah, and this talking to Esau, man. Okay, he is the prince of Tyrus, the king of Tyrus. He is the anointed cherub that covereth. And he's covered the world with his deception, man, with all his lies. Okay, he covered the world by having the world believe that those rats in our land are the real Jews. Okay? That he is God's chosen people, man. When he's not, he's the deceiver. He told the world that we're nothing but savages, man. Nothing but monkeys. Okay? Even when it comes down to the Irish, what do you call the Irish? What did he say? That they were damn near apes.
They drew depictions of Irish as monkeys, like they did, so-called with Judah and them.
Yeah.
As uncivilized savages. They said that about all the tribes, man.
Yeah.
We're uncivilized savages.
But we actually civilized him. See, you got people in the world waking up to this guy's bullshit, man. Just like this whole shooting that happened, you got people, where they'll record themselves with like. Oh, it's gonna be. Fucking singing. Lost my train of thought.
You're talking about Esau, the anointed cherub and cover.
But we're talking about the Irish, how he would portray the Irish as apes. I seen a brother that was going into a history of the Moors. And the Moors and Jake that was ruling during the Dark Ages, right before the Renaissance ages. And they were all calling Esau the wild man and showing illustrations of him being like a dog out there, bro. They would have illustrations of him just mangy, all fucking like looking like how do you imagine a homeless Edomite just like through like fucking crazy ass beard, hair all fucking crazy. looking mangy,
Yeah.
got clothes all tore up, and these motherfuckers just crawling around like dogs, bro.
Damn, the basis of men.
The basis of men. You know, that's exactly how they were. And Jake would illustrate it, man, and call them the wild man. And these are Jakes that were living in Europe, the Moors, you know, which the boxer Muhammad Ali, his lineage goes back to the Moors. Okay, Muhammad Ali. He discovered his Irish roots. Okay, and I believe his name was Cassius Clay.
Yeah.
You know, which is a Jake. He's an Israelite. The Moors were Israelites. They just took on Islam. They embraced Islam. They were just bugged out Jakes. Just like today, you got bugged out Jakes that call themselves Christians, man. Same old thing. You know, or bugged out Jakes that are in the what is it? NOI.
Oh yeah, yeah, Nation of Islam.
Yeah,
That was Farrakhan shit.
yeah. Very cool. You know, keep going with that, Mom.
Like a really tricked out.
Yeah. Verse 14. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
Right. You know, Esau is that anointed cherub now. You know, and to be anointed pretty much means to be able to see. You know, this guy's able to see. He knows right from wrong. Okay. We got this fucking devil right now talking about he's talking about taking Jake children and sending them taking them away from their parents and sending them to farms, you know, out in different places of the world. He said they'll learn a trade there. They'll work the farm and get organic food. You know, and he said especially Jake kids that have been prone to being diagnosed with you know, ADHD and have been on ADHD medication and these different pharmaceuticals that Esau gives you as a child. Because he said a lot of those children that receive pharmaceuticals from Esau, they're prone to violence. Why is that? Because those pharmaceuticals, they promote a chemical imbalance in your brain, man. They put demons on you, in other words.
Yeah.
Major demons.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why this guy's 12 years old, already shooting niggas, man. 10 years old. 9 years old, already having sex. 9 years old, already smoking blunts in a gang. Because Esau, man, this witchcrafts, man. He is the anointed cherub that covereth. He'll say, oh, okay, your child is got ADHD. Here, just give him this Ritalin.
Yeah,
Which Ritalin is just nothing more than pharmaceutical meth. Because they say people that got ADHD, when they consume meth, it like cools them down. Because they're already fucking wacky, you know, already hyper. So they give them that synthetic meth or that pharmaceutical meth, and it chills them out. They're able to keep their brain and their body at that same fucking rapidity. You know?
Yeah, well then they also got these sellout motherfuckers out here that take a bag and push all this wickedness on Jake, you know, and then you have Jake in these different low income environments, you know, that they put all these drugs and things in these communities with no opportunities, no, you know, nothing to do in them. You know, me and the brother, we grew up in a neighborhood like that, you know, where there's nothing to do, but there's all these drugs and gangs around, you know, and everybody's listening to the same type of music. Everybody's in the same type of spirit, man, because that's what they literally programmed Jake from a young age to do. You know, even me, you know, looking like an Edomite, bro, looking like I do. when you grow up in that environment, you know, you want to do what you see others doing in that environment. You know. So that shit just perpetuates, man. And then you have these sellout motherfuckers that literally get all this money. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't in this environment. They ain't doing none of that shit. A lot of these rappers, they never even grew up in an environment like that. They don't even know what that shit's really like. You know, to have all them demons on you as a fucking kid. You know, have to be traumatized and see all kind of crazy ass shit. Go through all kind of crazy ass shit as a fucking little kid. You know what I mean? And you're outside fucking grown ass men out here gangbanging and shit while your parents are working. They can't watch you because, you know, they're too busy being slaves to Esau, man.
Yep.
And these rappers and shit, they ain't, a lot of them, especially these ones that are hella big in the mainstream, they don't know what that's like, but they'll promote that lifestyle, man. They'll promote violence, drug sales, you know, gang activity, all that stupid shit, man.
Yeah, see, everything right now is all by design. Even all these rappers, these celebrities, they're all designed. You know, they'll take them from who they were, and they'll turn them into somebody totally different. Give them all the fucking glitter and glam, and then say, well, you got to do this. You got to dress like this. You got to promote this.
Yeah.
You know, they show you women like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj before the whole what they call glow up.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj was super dark, had no booty.
Right.
You know, Cardi B was darker. You know, and of course she ain't ever had no booty, but still. As soon as they give them a bag, then they design them. They give them the glow up, and they push that in the world.
Yeah, lighter.
No, we don't smoke.
Hey, bro, it says the Lord will put the curses upon the heathen,
Yeah.
upon thy enemies, man. Hey, they wanted to come over here and lay down with America and drink of that cup. Well, now they're drunken, you know what I'm saying? And you know, now you got these descendants of Elam that, you know, their great-grandparents, whatever, came over here for a better life. Now their great-grandson is out here doped out on the fucking street, man.
Yeah. Probably smoking that shit, man.
Oh, you can tell he's on that shit. He said, "This is the greatest thing I ever tried in my life."
Yeah.
Pass the boogie, my friend.
The boogie, yup. That's the boogie. He's getting boogied out. I keep going with that.
It says, verse 15, "Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created, till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise."
Because see, at the end of the day, Esau is how much they white man. I know, this thing almost runs somebody over. He was created to be nothing more than the perfect devil. Okay? He's found his calling.
Hey, man, he perfect in his ways, for damn sure, man.
That's why he's got to run with who he is. Okay? What does that scripture say? That they see that our spirit is contrary to their spirit.
Right.
That we proclaim ourselves to be the sons of living power.
Right.
So he knows he just got to be the demon, the devil he is. He just got to go all out. You know? They got to bring about their new world order to the best of their ability. They got to microchip people to the best of their ability. They got to bring terror on the world. You know, depression and World War III violence, man. He's got to go all out with it.
Yeah, it's good.
No.
Jeremiah 13:23, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil."
Right, you can't change that. Ethiopian can't change his skin color naturally. You know? Shoot, Ethiopian, they can't even act like Jake. They can't even put that on. You know? When Jake is like one of the easiest people to imitate, but you can't really imitate Jake unless you are Jake, you know?
Hey, you can't fake Jake.
You can't fake Jake.
That's just a way, you know?
Then a leopard. The leopard, they can't say, okay, well, I want to be striped today. I want to be a tiger
I'm
today.
feeling tiger.
No, you can't.
I'm feeling tigerish.
So therefore, Esau cannot just one day out of nowhere become righteous.
That's why he's Jewish.
Yeah. You know, this guy can't be You can't be a good person. All right? The scripture says that the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Well, that's
Going back to that fucking Edomite
oh yeah,
that talking about he want to take all these J kids away from their parents
that's crazy.
and put them somewhere where they could be raised to be a productive member of society.
Why don't you take your kids to the fucking farm?
Right.
Why don't you have your little fucking shitty ass,
Right.
bougie ass piece of shit kids that get away with murder?
Right.
Send their ass to the farm and learn what some hard labor is.
Yeah. You know, Esau he'll be the owner of the farm, right? He'll be the owner of the land. He'll go out there for 30 minutes, work amongst Jake 30 minutes, and then boss him around and say, okay, that better be done by this set time.
Yeah,
And then he'll go home, kick his boots off, tell his wife, oh, it was a long day at work.
and his long day at work was driving the tractor.
Right. He was in the truck.
He was in the truck driving around,
Making
yelling
sure
at
Jake
Jake.
worked.
Yeah, what you doing over there? Hey, make sure you get that. Make sure you get that all that done right there. I want it done by 5 o'clock.
Yep. There it is. Issachar be out there doing it like it's fun. All drunk. Get that shit done before 5 o'clock. Because that's Issachar's blessing, is to be a hard worker. You know? Keep going.
Alright. Ezekiel 28:16. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence.
Yeah, by the multitude of thy merchandise. Okay. And this guy, he got a lot of merch.
Yeah,
You know?
man.
He's a merchant man. You know? Throughout the world, what is this guy's merchandise? His weapons, man.